Loading. So loading is cool because it has the most hours all the time. I guess if you're someone that's looking for a bunch of hours, just kind of like picking. Loaders have to come in, get everything ready from the beginning, get all everything they need to do, and basically start loading up right from the beginning. And they're not leaving until everything's loaded completely. So loaders end up always doing the most hours. Um, I would say just be careful when you start. Obviously, the freezer. You're gonna start off with the freezer. You always want to, make sure that you're putting everything at least weight accordingly. Don't put all the heavy shit on one side and all the other stuff on the other side, because of the weight of the load. If all the weight's on one side, the trailer can eventually flip. So just be careful with anything like that. So you want to even out the weight. Um, Obviously, if you're working for the freezer, you're gonna be in a reefer. It's gonna be slippery. Um, so just be careful with that. You always want to be safe. Make sure you're using a good machine when you're loading up. Um, so then you're gonna load up all the freezer. Then you're gonna put this big, I would say like this frame, like this big cushion thing, that's gonna separate it from the produce and from the dry. That's basically because it's gonna be refrigerated. That half of the container, whatever's loaded with the freezer, and then it's not gonna freeze the other stuff. So you always want to make sure to put that, and you never want the load to be too high because then it's not gonna fit inside the trailer. So you're gonna probably have to down stack some pallets if the order selectors are doing them too high. Depending on the company, they want you to write down exactly what you're putting down, and that's kind of always the best thing to do. Because if you forget to scan one of the labels, you're gonna have to unload the whole trailer, scan the whole thing in all over again, and basically just to do one scan and then load everything up again. So you're just wasting a bunch of fucking time. So you always want to make sure that you know exactly what you're gonna be um, loading in and at what time you're loading it in. There's a lot of different things when it comes to loading. I never really did it like that because I know there's two ways. I've done it with single pallet jacks, double pallet jacks. I've done it with a dock stocker. It just depends on the way that you like to load. Um, what else? What else was loading? Don't try to leave. You always got to keep an eye out on all the store numbers, because once you start moving stuff around, then things start getting mixed up and they start going a little bit down the line, and it just becomes a hassle. So I've been in warehouses where you find one case all the way at the end of the other end of the dock. So just anything can really happen in this department as well. You just kind of want to keep an eye on that. You're gonna have to be separating stores, because the drivers are gonna be doing multiple stops. So you always want to keep that in mind, uh, to let the driver know exactly what pallets are going to what store. Um, if you need to put like some type of checkpoint, like a note on front of pallets, knowing that pretty much saying that they're gonna be they're gonna be separated going forward. Um, what else? What else? Just punching in the paperwork. I mean, there's a couple of different ways that I've done it. You gotta scan in the trailer, like at the beginning. You scan into the system what trailer you're about to load, what route you're about to load, all of that stuff. And sometimes it even tells you how to load your pallets. But just once again, it just depends on the warehouse that you're working in, because most of those uh, systems work on routing, so it'll build there's somebody building the orders and making sure that the cubing is a certain way, so everything can work out fine. But yeah, loading is another one. I would say that it just involves a lot of loading trucks, obviously, and a lot of hours. Because if you're a loader and everybody's getting off at 3, but the new guy over here is doing a pallet that's taking him 30 minutes longer than it is, and everybody was done at 3, and the new guy's finishing up his order at 3:30, 3:45. Since you're the loader, you have to wait and load that pallet. So the hours look for you more than anything when you're a loader in situations like that. Restacking when people are gone at the end of the day. All the pickers are gone, and you find a pallet that's all fucked up because this fool did it because he wanted to leave on time, or he wanted to leave with everybody else, and he did one fucked up ass pallet. Wow, the loader's gonna have to restack all that. So it's kind of like the life of a loader when it comes to it, right there. And more than anything, we'll take it like that. And that should be some other things I could say about loading, but for the most part, off the top of my head, that's really all I can remember right now. So yeah.